Washington Capitals sign Hendrix Lapierre to one-year $850,000 deal. NHL contract news. Breaking news: Capitals re-sign Hendrix Lapierre $850,000 contract details and NHL future. Exciting news: Capitals re-sign Hendrix Lapierre. Washington Capitals sign Hendrix Lapierre to one-year $850,000 deal. NHL contract news. Get ready for a jolt of excitement about the Washington Capitals' future. This contract could be a game-changer for both the team and a promising young forward. But here's where it gets intriguing. The Capitals just locked in 23-year-old Hendrix Lapierre to a one-year deal worth $850,000. He'll become a restricted free agent next offseason, and his minimum qualifying offer at that point will jump to $892,500. Lapierre's performance in the NHL last season was modest. Across 27 games for Washington, he was held off the goal-scoring sheet, posted 8 assists, and ended up with a -3 rating in roughly 9 minutes and 48 seconds of ice time per outing. During his split season in the American Hockey League, AHL, however, he showed why many believed he had great potential. In 32 games for the Hershey Bears, he notched 7 goals and an impressive total of 32 points. If you look back at the 2020 NHL draft, the Capitals grabbed Lapierre with the 22nd overall pick. Though he was known for exceptional stick handling and strong playmaking, concerns about injuries caused him to drop out of the top 20, a surprise to those who saw first-round star quality. He's put up 9 goals and 22 points in 84 NHL appearances so far, suggesting there's still room for growth at the highest level. Where Lapierre has arguably made his biggest mark thus far is in the AHL. Across 113 games, he's racked up 79 points and showcased his skills in pursuit of 2 Calder Cup championships with Hershey, in 2022-23 and 2023-24. Last season, he especially shined by taking home the Jack A. Butterfield Trophy as playoff MVP, generating 7 goals and 22 points over 20 postseason games. But here's the part most people miss: despite his success at the AHL level, Lapierre still hasn't truly broken out in the NHL. Moving into training camp, Lapierre will be vying for a bottom 6 forward spot on the Capitals roster. At the very least, he'll continue to be a dependable option for the Caps in the AHL if he doesn't land a permanent role in Washington this season. There is one glaring statistic he'll likely need to fix: his faceoff percentage, which sits at 37.4% for his career so far, definitely a weak spot that could hold him back from locking down a regular shift in the NHL. And this is the part most people might find controversial: can the Capitals afford to keep giving time and space for Lapierre to develop further if he continues to struggle on faceoffs? Is his outstanding AHL play truly a sign of imminent NHL success, or could he remain a solid minor leaguer hovering around the bottom 6 roster bubble? There are sure to be differing perspectives on whether he will eventually become a top-line contributor or continue as a depth piece. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you a believer in Lapierre's long-term potential in Washington, or do you think the question marks around his face-off abilities and consistency are too big to ignore? Share your takes and let's keep the conversation going. Breaking news: Capitals re-sign Hendrix Lapierre $850,000 contract details and NHL future. In a pivotal move, the Washington Capitals have secured their final internal priority of the summer by re-signing prospect Hendrix Lapierre to a one-year, $850,000 contract on Saturday night. This decision comes after a season where Lapierre split his time between the Capitals and the AHL's Hershey Bears, earning the title of 2024 AHL Playoff MVP. As a restricted free agent, Lapierre was tendered a qualifying offer earlier this week, setting the stage for this new deal. Puckpedia broke the news first, detailing the contract specifics. This one-year agreement gives Lapierre another chance to prove his worth as a top prospect, aiming to re-establish his value next summer as a restricted free agent. Despite winning the Capitals' third-line center spot out of training camp last fall, Lapierre struggled during the first 3 months of the NHL season. He managed 8 assists in 27 NHL games but failed to score any goals, sometimes filling in as a winger. The Capitals brought in veteran Lars Eller to take over his role for the remainder of the season. General Manager Chris Patrick has indicated that head coach Spencer Carberry is likely to give the starting center role to Connor McMichael at the beginning of next year. When asked about Lapierre's status after the 2025 NHL draft, Patrick hinted at a short-term extension to help Lapierre cement his place on the team. Lapierre's journey this past season was marked by a slow start, as he went the first 38 games without scoring. However, he found his stride in February and regained his confidence with the Bears, posting an impressive 32 points, 7 goals, 25 assists, in 32 games. Lapierre's determination to return to the NHL in the 2025-26 season is evident, as he stated, "I know I can do those things that they're asking me to do." Patrick recently mentioned Lapierre as one of 5 prospects who could challenge for roster spots with the Capitals at training camp this fall. In his 84 career NHL games, Lapierre has recorded 31 points, 9 goals, 22 assists. This summer will be Lapierre's first full offseason since turning pro during the 2022-23 season, as he was part of back-to-back Calder Cup winning teams in Hershey. Here's the full press release from the Capitals. The Washington Capitals have re-signed forward Hendrix Lapierre to a 1-year, one-way $850,000 contract, announced today by Senior Vice President and General Manager Chris Patrick. Lapierre, 23, recorded an AHL career-high 25 assists and 32 points in 32 games with the Hershey Bears in 2024-25. He ranked first on the team in points per game, 1.00, tied for third in assists, and tied for second in powerplay assists, 11. After recording 8 assists in 27 games with the Capitals, Lapierre was loaned to Hershey on December 29, where he registered 17 points, 4 goals, 13 assists, in his first 17 games and was named AHL Player of the Week for the week ending February 16. The 6 feet 0 inches, 191-pound forward appeared in all 8 of Hershey's playoff games, registering 3 assists. During the 2023-24 season, Lapierre established NHL career highs in games played, 51, goals, 8, assists, 14, and points, 22. He made his Stanley Cup playoff debut in Game 1 of the first round against the New York Rangers on April 21, 2024, finishing the series with 2 points, 1 goal, 1 assist, in 4 games. Lapierre also appeared in 21 regular season contests with Hershey, registering 17 points, 5 goals, 12 assists. He joined Hershey for the Calder Cup playoffs, leading all AHL skaters with 22 points, 7 goals, 15 assists, in 20 playoff games. Lapierre, a 2-time Calder Cup champion, recorded a team-high 7 points, 3 goals, 4 assists, in 6 games during the Calder Cup finals, helping the Bears capture their second straight championship and earning the Jack A. Butterfield Trophy as the Calder Cup playoffs MVP. Lapierre appeared in 60 games during his first professional season with Hershey in 2022-23, recording 30 points, 15 goals, 15 assists. He ranked second among Bears rookies in goals, points, power play points, 10, and shots, 114. Lapierre added 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists, in 20 playoff games, including the game-tying goal in Game 7 of the Calder Cup Finals, as Hershey won its AHL record 12th Calder Cup championship. The Capitals selected Lapierre with the 22nd overall pick in the 2020 NHL Draft. In 84 career NHL games with Washington, Lapierre has recorded 31 points, 9 goals, 22 assists. Lapierre has registered 79 points, 27 goals, 52 assists, in 113 career AHL games with Hershey. But here's where it gets controversial. Some fans argue that Lapierre's slow start in the NHL might indicate he's not ready for the big leagues. Others see his late-season resurgence as a sign of his potential. What do you think? Is Lapierre ready to make a significant impact in the NHL, or does he need more time to develop? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Exciting news, Capitals re-sign Hendrix Lapierre. The Washington Capitals are making an intriguing gamble on promising talent, but the details of Hendrix Lapierre's new contract raise eyebrows. Team executive Chris Patrick just confirmed the 23-year-old forward has signed a 1-year, one-way deal worth $850,000. This means Lapierre gets paid the same regardless of whether he plays in the NHL or AHL, a crucial detail for understanding the team's expectations. Now, let's unpack why this signing matters. Last season with the Hershey Bears, 2024-25, Lapierre wasn't just good, he was dominant. In just 32 games, he smashed his personal AHL records with 25 assists and 32 total points. Think about that, he averaged a point per game, 1.00, leading the entire Bears roster in that critical metric. He also tied for third in assists and ranked second in powerplay assists, 11. But here's where it gets fascinating. After the Capitals loaned him to Hershey on December 29, he exploded with 17 points, 4 goals, 13 assists, in his first 17 games there, earning AHL Player of the Week honors in mid-February. He even contributed 3 assists during Hershey's intense 8-game playoff run. Rewind to 2023-24, and Lapierre showcased his NHL potential. He set career highs during his 51 games with the Capitals, 8 goals, 14 assists, and 22 points. He even made his Stanley Cup playoff debut against the New York Rangers, notching 2 points, 1 goal, 1 assist, across 4 tense games. But this is the part most people miss. Simultaneously, he became an AHL superstar. In just 21 regular season games with Hershey, he racked up 17 points. Then, during the Calder Cup playoffs, he flat-out dominated, leading the entire league with 22 points, 7 goals, 15 assists, in 20 games. His performance peaked in the Calder Cup finals, where his team-high 7 points, 3 goals, 4 assists, in 6 games fueled Hershey's back-to-back championship win and earned him the playoff MVP trophy. Looking further back to his rookie pro season, 2022-23, Lapierre immediately impressed with 30 points, 15 goals, 15 assists, in 60 Hershey games. He ranked second among Bears rookies in goals, total points, power play points, 10, and shots, 114. And talk about clutch, he scored the game-tying goal in Game 7 of the Calder Cup finals, securing Hershey's historic 12th title. Digging into his roots, Washington drafted Lapierre 22nd overall in the 2020 NHL draft. His career totals tell a story of steady development: 31 points, 9 goals, 22 assists, in 84 NHL games, and a whopping 79 points, 27 goals, 52 assists, in 113 AHL contests. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Is a 1-year, $850,000 deal fair for a player with Lapierre's AHL dominance and playoff heroics? Some might argue the Capitals are getting a potential star at a bargain price, while others question if the short-term signals lingering doubts about his NHL consistency. What's your take? Is this a savvy move by Washington or a missed opportunity to lock down a future cornerstone? Drop your thoughts below.